Hello and how are you? My name is Mohindo Mubarak and I welcome you to another Android Material UI challenge. We are in the section of forms and we are going to go ahead to deal with forms. In our today's video, I'm going to show you how we can create a form like this one for sign up. We will have a space where the user can enter the name, and if the user clicks there, the name, the field name will go on top, and the user will be able to enter in created space that will appear. And he clicks on username like that, the name that belongs to the field will go on top, and then the value will be able to be entered in the space that has been provided. This is the form that you're going to make. Also on top of that, you will be able to create such a radio button like this one, whereby the user will be able to choose one of the two, and but not both of them. So I'm going to show you how you can simply create radio buttons using Material UI for Android. And also we'll finish by creating buttons that are not like normal Android buttons, but you're going to create a buttons that will be having some kind of rounded like these ones, and having the design that you can see here. So I hope you're ready to create with me this sign up video, this sign up form. If you are, then let's get started. So we'll resume with our project. I've been working with this project in the previous videos, and in case you did not watch the previous video, I recommend you to watch the previous videos. But if you want just to continue from here without watching the previous video, it's also okay. All what you need, you'll have to download these values. I'll put the link in the description. You download these values. These values are containing dimensions, colors, and the strings that you're going to use in this project. Just download them and include them in your resource folder. Then you'll be able to catch up with us. You will not need to watch the previous videos if you just copy those values and put them here. And I've put the link for those values in the description of this video. So with that much said, let's get started with what we're doing. Yesterday I created this login form, and today we're going to create a sign up form like this one. Okay, so let's begin. So I'll begin by coming here to the package of forms. We always arrange our things in packages. So I'll come here in the package of form, I right click on it, and then say new, and then say activity, and then say empty activity. New activity, empty activity. Okay, so I'm going to call it form sign up. Form sign up. Yesterday we make for sign in or login. Today we're going to call it sign up. Okay, so I'll go ahead and click on finish, so that my basic Java code should be created, and the basic XML file to be created. So I'll close everything so that I should remain with a very few tabs opened here on top by simply right clicking here and then say close others. Okay, so with that much said, with that made, we're going to open our resource file. So to open the resource file, if you're already in this Java class, activity class, you just simply press Ctrl and click on this layout file. Okay, so when you click on that, press Ctrl and hold, and then click on it, it will open to you the activity file. So I'm going to split the code so that I should be able to see the code at the same time to see the design by simply clicking on this split here. And then I'm going to collapse this section so that I should have enough space to demonstrate, okay, or to work with. So there we go. Now we're going to begin by creating our form. As you know, I always create these forms before so that I should save your time when you're watching. I don't want to suffer with every code, but what I do, I explain every part of the code that I've been created before, that I had created before. Okay, so we go to our code here because I had already done it. And what I'm going to do, we're going to change this main layout to linear layout. You know how we do that? Just simply select this section and then just write the word linear layout. Okay, and then we'll have to give it orientation of vertical, of course, orientation of vertical. Okay, so with that done, they'll proceed and put this up bar on top. I hope you can see this up bar, this blue thing. Okay, so to do that, I'll just simply copy this. Okay, I'll explain, don't worry, I'll explain it. Okay, and then I'll paste it here. Okay, and then we'll have that. So for those who are doing this for the very first time, you just simply write this word app bar. Okay, write the word app bar, open the tag and write the class of app bar. Only the last class is what you write. App bar layout. When you write the word app bar layout, Android Studio will be smart enough to autocomplete the word app bar with the previous packages that we may not need to write manually. Okay, just write the last class, and the remaining things will be done by you by the Android Studio. So we give it with match parent and height wrap content. Now here we're including something. Okay, we're including a layout that we had already done before. We're including a layout that we already done before. So if you did not follow this video, don't worry, I'm going to show how you can create this layout. So it is just include layout and then equal layout toolbar. Okay, so this layout toolbar, we created it before. So if you want to create this layout toolbar, I'll show you. You just simply come to your project, and then you come here to resources, and right click, then say new, and then say XML layout. Okay, Android resource file. Okay, this is where you click, and then you give this name. Okay, you give this name toolbar. I did this because I didn't want us to repeat ourselves. Okay, so give it the name, and then you proceed by creating the layout. So to create the layout, let me show you how it is. So I'll press Ctrl and click on it to take me directly where it is. Ctrl and click, and this is the layout that I'm talking about. Okay, so if it is your very first time to follow these videos, only what you need is just to write this piece of code. Okay, it is nothing but just a tag. Okay, it's just a tag of toolbar. Just write this class toolbar and give it an ID of toolbar, because this ID will reference it at some point, and then give the width match parent and height wrap content. Height, to give it an action bar size height. You can make it 43, right? You can just manually make it 45, sorry, and then give background of a primary color, and then you can leave the theme, but if you want, you can put this theme overlay app compat dark action bar. Just you write this last class, and then Android Studio will do what? Will suggest for you, and then give start with navigation 0dp, and then pop-up theme, make it app compat light. So you can pause even the video and look at these lines that I wrote, and you shouldn't be scared. Android Studio will help to suggest for you. So once you have this layout, it means that you can use them even in another files of XML that will be proceeding with. So that is how you create that toolbar layout. You can give it any name, as long as you'll maintain here on the include to request for it. So if you didn't know that we include this layout, you should know now that you can include even an external layout in other parts of the of your Android XML. So we proceed. Okay, so I created another linear layout on bottom this app bar compat. Okay, so I'll just simply copy this linear layout. For you, just write the word linear layout, open the tag and write the word linear layout, and then so I'll put it here after the app bar compat. Okay, and then we'll have that. Then always remember to close it by just simply writing the less than sign and the /, and then it will be closed. So after doing that, we give it a width of match parent, height of wrap of match parent, and then gravity of center horizontal, and orientation of vertical. Okay, so we proceed. I will go ahead and put a progress bar. This progress bar, you know what it does? We display it when we are logging in the user, or when we are processing the user. When the user clicks on register, then we'll display this progress bar. At this moment, it is optional, but let me just put it in case I will show you the logic. In case the time allows, I'll show you the logic how we implement it. In the previous video, I showed you how I use this progress bar. I like when the user finishes to fill the form, you programmatically hide the form which is inside this scroll view, and then you display the form using a set visibility visible. This, you see, by default is invisible, it is gone. So you set it to be visible when the user has finished filling the form and click on register. Then you hide this main form so that the user should not click on the register buttons or login button multiple times. Okay, so this is the progress bar that will be displaying. You see it is neighboring the the form itself. So I'll copy the code and then paste it here. Don't worry, I'm going to explain it. So it's just a progress bar with ID progress bar and the style of progress bar style large. Remember, this style we have already defined it before. So I can just simply, from the values that I shared with you, can just simply click on Control and look at this style. It is just having the reference, okay, format of reference, okay. So if you don't have it, you can still leave it, or you can just manually make it. All what you need is just to download the values that I shared with you. Then you're having the layout width wrap content and the height wrap content, and then the margin with spacing large, okay. I've already defined these margins in the dimensions. If you click Control and you go this margin, you can find it in the dimension as 35, okay. So from the values file that I sent to you, this margin already defined there. That's why we're referencing them. And then by default, we hide this layout, okay, visibility gone. So if I unhide it, you see it will be there. So by default, I hide it because I want to display it when I'm logging in the when I'm doing the process of registering or logging in the user. So I'll display this this progress bar. So we proceed and create this scroll view after the progress bar, and this scroll view is going to the one that is going to hold the entire form, okay. So why do you make it scroll view, not linear layout? Because fonts don't have same sizes, and if we use linear layout, remember linear layout is not scrollable, and the user will not be able to do what, to scroll in case his phone or her phone is having a smaller screen. So we use scroll view so that in case the phone is small, the user should be able to scroll, okay. So we give it an ID of login form, and we give it width of match parent and height of match parent, and field viewpoint as true. So after doing that, we're going to go ahead and create a relative layout, okay. So I'll come here and put a relative layout like this, and then close it, okay. Okay, so after doing that, we give it an ID of email login form, or can give it anything that you want, with match parent, height wrap content, and orientation vertical. So after doing that, we'll go ahead and put the linear layout. Now we're going to put the linear layout. We're going to arrange these other things, okay. So come here, copy, and then put it there, and then I will close, okay. So after doing that, you see it's a linear layout with match parent, height wrap content, and then layout in parent, then give it true, and orientation vertical. So after doing that, we'll go ahead and put the first text field, okay. This is just a text layout field, okay. This one's the one that can enable us to display the errors in case we want to. So I'll copy it, paste it here, and then close it. Remember always to close. All what you need is just to write the last class, okay. Is just to write this very last class that you see here. You see this text input layout, and then Android Studio will accomplish for you these others. So I'm here, I want to create this form. So if you want to be able to be displaying errors and the rest, we just use this one, okay. So inside there, so I'm going to put the name, okay. So I just put autocomplete text view, and in case it is not resolving properly, you can use edit text view. Edit text, okay. So I give autocomplete text view, and I give it width of match parent, height of wrap content, and I give it a hint of full name, and give it input of type text, and then maximum style, maximum lines of 1, and is single line true, so that the user should be able to fill his name or her name within one line. So you can use it as well, edit text, in case it does not compile properly, and then you give it a background color of white, Android white, like that. So that can also work in the same way. So we go ahead and create for this one, okay. This is just username. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to duplicate this one, okay. Beginning from here, edit text, whatever. I'm going to duplicate it and make a username section. So I'll just right click. I'll just collapse it here. Okay, you see, I've just collapsed this text view. Let me create space so that you can see properly. And then I am going to duplicate it. Okay, so you can copy it and paste it, or you can just simply press Ctrl and D. it will do the same thing. You see, having the same thing. So all what we need here right now is just to put the name, to change the name. So this one from full name, we are going to change it to what? To username. Okay, so after doing that, we'll go ahead and create the email section. So the email, so just simply collapse this one and duplicate it. Okay, I'm going to call this one email, and remember to put here the type of input as what? As email, text email address, like that. So I'll go ahead and create the what, and create the password and re-enter password. Okay, I'll collapse this, I'll duplicate it, Ctrl D, and then put here password, and I'll duplicate it again, and I'm going to put this one retype password. Okay, retype password. Okay, so the logic will be done by you. The whole logic of comparing if the password are correct or not, that will be done by you. For me, I'm just focusing on what? On the front end, or the on the user interface. Okay, so after doing that, then we're going to the radio section. Okay, so the radio section, you have to be careful step by step. I'll not just copy paste without explaining everything. So I'm going to explain the radio section here, where the user will have to select whether he's a male or she's a female. Okay, so this is the section that we've reached. So I'm going to copy this linear layout. Okay, it's just a linear layout, this one. Okay, linear layout, and it is under this re-enter password. Okay, that's it. Just it's a simple linear layout, and make sure that you close it. Okay, so it is closed. Yeah, it is closed. And then after, you give it width of match parent, height of wrap content, and then margin bottom as spacing middle, and margin top spacing middle, and then orientation vertical. Okay, not horizontal, but vertical. Then after, we'll go ahead and give the label, which is the word gender. So it is just a text view. It's just a text view with gender label like this. Okay, so this is just a text view which is having the word gender. Okay, let me do like this so that you can see properly. We are having layout width, match parent, and layout height, wrap content, padding left. You can see medium, and then text as gender. Okay, then you have the appearance font, which is medium. Just write up compact medium. It will bring for you the font, and then the color. Remember, we already write these colors before. And is gray 90. Okay, so these colors we already defined them in the values file that I gave you. Then lastly, we give these two radio buttons. So the first one will come, and we put it here. Okay, so and we write the radio button group. Okay, radio button group is going to be container layout. So you can see radio button group. So this one that will hold a group of radio buttons. Then you give it an ID of gender, and then width of layout of match parent, height match wrap content, and then margin top, spacing medium, and then orientation of horizontal, because one want to be next to the other. If you want to be one to be on top of the other, you use orientation, or one to be on bottom of the other, you use orientation vertical. Okay, this one is radio group. Then after, we go ahead and give what, and give these genders. Okay, so it is just an up compat of radio button. You don't need to write these things 100x what and what. You don't need to, just write this last class, and then it will auto suggest for you everything. So up compat of radio button, it is having an ID of female. So if you want to use any other, you can use. And having width of wrap content and text of match, text of female. So that text will come next to it. and then you're having, if you want it to be checked by default, just make checked to be true. If you want it to be checked by default, just remove it, it will not be checked. Okay, then you're having text appearance as that, and then as subhead, and then you're having text color as 90. You don't need to write these other things, just write app compat subhead dot subhead. It will write for you the what, the appearance. So we go ahead and put the view that is going to separate this male and female, male from female. Okay, so we will have that. Okay, it's just a text view which is just an empty space, and it's having height of 0, and it is having a width of spacing large, just to create a space between these two buttons. So we go ahead and put the male one next to it here. So we'll have something like that. Okay, so it's just like the first one I've already explained, and then we have these two. Okay, so it looks beautiful now. So far it looks beautiful, and then we're going to go ahead and put the what, our buttons. So our buttons, of course, they'll not be within the what, they'll not be within the radio group. They'll be also outside this linear layout. Our buttons are going to be on bottom. So I'll go and copy our first button and explain it. So after putting the buttons, I'll come after the linear the radio group, and also after this layout, linear layout that we put surrounding these radio groups. Out of those ones, and then I'll put our what, our two buttons. So we have the button of register, which is having ID of email size button, and having layout of this match parent, and width, wrap content of height of wrap content, and margin top, spacing large. I've already defined these colors, and then we're having a text of register, and then we're having text color as white. So I'll go ahead and put the remaining button, which is having sign up with Facebook. Okay, and then we'll have that one. Okay, sign up with Facebook, and then we'll have these. I don't know why these. I'll create this drawable. Just press Ctrl and what, and enter, and then say create button XML. Press enter again. So this is the layout that we're going to create. I've already created before, so I'll just copy it and explain it how it is. So I'll copy it and paste it here. Okay, so this is the layout. You can pause the video and look at it. That is going to make our button to look rounded. It's going to make our button to look rounded. I wanted to hide this thing. Okay, click on code and learn. So you can pause the video and look at it. I explained this thing yesterday. It's the one that will make our button to be rounded. You can pause the video and look at it. They're not so complicated classes, piece of files. So pause the video and look at it. I explained these things yesterday. I wouldn't want to repeat them. Okay. Okay. So you can as well skip it in case you don't have time to write all these things. Okay. So that is our layout that will make our button to be rounded like this, though you can see. You see, you're having that rounded, the round color around it. Then I don't know why it's not changing the color. Maybe because of the theme that we're using. Okay, so that's it. So we're having sign up, register, and register with Facebook. Okay, so that's it. Now let us run the application and you see how it's going to look like in the emulator. I'll just simply click on run like this, and we see how it's going to look like. Oh, we did not put the navigation of how we can reach these forms. You see, you have not put the sign up form. So let's go ahead and put the button that can take us to sign up form. So I'll just simply come here to project. Where is it though? To project, and I come to form main activity. Okay, so I'll just go to the front end, and I'll duplicate this button and make it and call it what? Sign up or register. Sign up, there's no H. Sign up. Okay, sign up form, or you can call it just sign up, whatever. So I will click here. I'll change this one from login activity to sign up activity, the on click listener. Okay, of course we don't have it, so I'll just press Alt and enter to create it. Just click on create, and then I'll just copy this logic of intent and the rest, paste it here, and then I'll change this thing from form login to what? To form sign up. Form sign up activity. Boom. And then I'll run the application again. So that's what we've got. So we simply click on forms and go ahead and click on sign up button. Okay, and then we'll have a beautiful form like this one. Okay, you can select one of the two because we put them in a what? In a radio group. And if you click on this, see the name will go on top. Simple love, something like that. Okay, so you see we're having even this button that can take us to next. Like, see, and when we are done, we're having this check, the tick, that can show that we are done. You see, just click next, 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 and then check. Okay, so that's it for this video. I'll not do the logic of sign up and the rest. That is for you. My part is just to show you how you can design beautiful UIs. Also, remember, we're having this word sign up on top here. Let me show you on something that I had made before. You see, this sign up. So okay, let us do it. I was going to leave it for you, but let's do it where we can have this word sign up and the back button as well as this menu. Okay, let us do it together. For the design, I'm done, but let us do this together. Okay, so what shall we need? We'll need to put some back end so that we can have this words such as sign up and the back button. Okay, so we need to do some back end. So let us do that back end in just within 2 minutes, and then we should be done. So first away, I'll come here to my back end. I already created. It's called I call it init toolbars. Okay, init toolbars. I'll explain this function. So I'll copy this function and I put it in my function in my project. Okay, here. So it's going to be, I call it initialize toolbar, and it is just having a class of toolbar is equal to find view by ID toolbar, and then I write get support, and then I pass this toolbar here, and then I say get support action bar dot set title. I write the word sign up, or you can write register, and then after I say get action bar set display home enabled. So this set display home enabled is the one that will enable you to do what? To have this back button that you see here. Okay, so I make it true, and I make toolbar set system color to make this one to remain blue, like the way you can see here on top. Okay, and I give it what? I give it, it is what is our project though? This one, okay, with no sign up. So I make it this, so that you should have the system color in the action bar here. So this is the one that will put the back button in your what? In a project, as well as the word. Okay, so I'll copy the name of this function and call it here after the layout in the main and in the on create activity, and then you'll have that. So if you want to put that menu that you see, that I'll leave it for you as a challenge. More menu, but it's not necessary, but you can do it as a challenge so that you should have that menu of clicking more and settings if you want to. So it is signing up, it is creating the application, it's done. So I'll click on forms, and then I click on sign up, and then you will see we'll have this beautiful word sign up with a back button, okay, in case you want them. And if you click on back, it will take you back if you put the logic. Okay, you have to find out and then put the logic. So that's how we create such a wonderful form. And let's meet in the next video, where we're going to look at other material UI challenges, and this time in the section of forms, we are going to explore as many of them. So in the next one, I'm going to show you how you can create a profile form the one that can enable you to create a profile or to collect the user profile data from users. So with that said, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and as well as watching the next video. Thank you. Until we meet in the next video.